BTS News. Seoul, South Korea. In a South Korean entertainment world full of surprises and deep emotions, a new story is back to steal the spotlight. This time it's not about a grand stage or a concert full of cheers, rather about two BTS members who are known to be very close, Jimin and Jungkook. The heartwarming moment happened when the two watched the latest music video titled Love Letters. The emotional reactions they display, especially the cries they can't contain, have made armies around the world wonder, what exactly happened? What is the deep meaning behind this MV so that it can arouse the emotions of the two great idols? The Love Letters MV was released on a quiet night, without much promotion or fancy announcement. But in a matter of hours, the MV immediately skyrocketed to the top of trending on various platforms, including YouTube and Twitter. Many fans immediately realized that there was something different about this MV. Mournful shades of color, fragments of images that imply loss, memories, and hope, as well as the strains of a soft melody but hit the feeling, it all feels like the last love letter to someone or something that once meant so much. However, the most surprising is not only the content of the MV, but the reaction of Jimin and Jungkook, who watched it together in a private studio room. A short video showing the moment they watched the MV was leaked to social media. In the video, Jimin is seen initially silent, suddenly wiped away her tears as the main scene of the MV played. Jungkook, who was sitting next to him, tried to hold back his expression, but finally also seen wiping his face with his hands, his eyes turned red and his body trembled slightly. This incident immediately made the Korean and international media speculate. Armies from around the world began flooding online platforms with questions and theories. Are love letters related to their personal experiences? Does this song bring back memories from the past that have never been shared with the public? According to an internal source who declined to be named, Love Letters is not just a music video. The song was written and produced by a producer who had worked with BTS early in their career. In fact, some parts of the lyrics are known to be taken from the members' diaries that have never been published. Some fans speculated that the love letters in the MV actually reflected the members' feelings towards each other, to their past, or even to the fans who have accompanied their journey since its inception. Of greater concern is the scene in the MV depicting two young figures walking in a dark alley, holding hands. Then they looked at each other before releasing their hands and walking in opposite directions. This scene feels like a symbol of separation, or perhaps the transformation of a deep relationship into memories. ARMY believes that this scene reflects the phase when BTS members have to undergo military service and part ways temporarily, or it may also imply a phase when they have to give up something for the common good. Jimin, in a short interview after the MV screening, just say a few words while holding back emotions. Every word, every picture, like describing what's in our hearts, but it's hard to explain in words. Jungkook nodded slowly when asked if this MV had any personal meaning to him, while adding, sometimes, what we never say feels the most heavy. This MV, it's like the inner voice we've been keeping. Their recognition invites greater curiosity. Not a few fans who dig the meaning in every frame of the MV. Some even claim that there are hidden symbols, like blurred photographs on the walls that looked like portraits of future trainees, or a shadow figure similar to the other members. All of this adds a layer of mystery as well as the emotional depth of Love Letters. One of the most touching moments in the MV is the scene where a small child writes something on the sand, then the waves came and erased the inscription. It is considered by many fans as a symbol of time and memories that cannot last forever. However, even if erased, the feeling remains in the heart. A metaphor that is so deep, touching, and feels so real, especially when connected with the journey of BTS, who have now entered a new phase in their lives and careers. Shortly after the MV was released, and the video of Jimin and Jungkook's crying went viral. Hashtags such as #LoveLettersMV, #JiminJungkookCry, and #WhatMadeThemCry also dominate the world's trending topics. Many soldiers who voiced their feelings. Haru, he admitted to crying after watching the MV and seeing the sincere reactions of their two idols who were so transparent in showing emotions. Someone wrote, "We sometimes forget that they are also human beings who have a deep sense of longing, loss, and love." Another comment reads, "Their cries are a mirror of all our hearts." We grew up with BTS, and every song like this is a reminder of how deep our connection is. In a short live a few days later, Jungkook explained that the song and MV Love Letters were a tribute to his time. "Sometimes we write letters, but never send it. Not because we don't want to, but because we're too afraid. This song is like a letter that we finally dared to send." The sentence seems to reinforce the notion that love letters are a reflection of the things they have been saving, be it affection, regret, or even longing. Jimin also added that the process of making this MV is quite emotionally heavy. He said that during the vocal recording process, there were parts of the song that made him have to stop several times because his emotions were unstable. It was like opening a wound that had been healing for a long time, but it hadn't really gone away. This led many soldiers to believe that Love Letters is a very personal song, not just for Jimin and Jungkook, but it may also represent the entire BTS members. Meanwhile, music critics praised the MV as artistic, honest, and narratively powerful. They cite Love Letters as an example of how the art of music can be a healing medium, disclosure, and preservation of memories. Some even refer to this MV as a last love letter to the past that shapes the future. However, not everyone can watch this MV without feeling sad. There are certain parts that make many people feel like they are saying goodbye. Especially for fans who have been following BTS since the beginning, Love Letters feels like a summary of their emotional journey, full of laughter, tears, success, and loss. What makes this moment even more touching is the fact that Jimin and Jungkook, who are known to be very close to each other, crying together. On many occasions, the two are always seen supporting each other and taking care of each other. They are not just groupmates, but like brothers who have gone through a storm together. So, when they cry together while watching an MV, that's not just because the content of the video is heartfelt, but because they share the same taste, the same memories, and the same wounds. Now, after all eyes are on the Love Letters MV. Many fans are hoping there will be a documentary version or behind-the-scenes footage of the process. They want to know more deeply who first came up with the idea for this song. Are the members directly involved in the creative process? Were those love letters really written by them? Meanwhile, Jimin and Jungkook return to their routine, but the spotlight will not quickly go out. The moment they cried together is already imprinted in the hearts of millions of fans, be a reminder that behind the magnificent stage and cheers, there is a heart full of flavor and a story that is not always told in words. Love Letters is not just a music video. It has been transformed into a time capsule, a living memory, and the emotional bridge that connects idols with fans in meaningful silence. And the cries of Jimin and Jungkook are proof that love, loss, and memory is a universal language that does not need translation. Will there be a sequel to this MV? Will the other members also talk about how they feel after watching it? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear, Love Letters has etched wounds and beauties that will not be easily forgotten. And behind every teardrop, there is a love that never really leaves.